My name is David Loiseau. I'm a former competitor, mixed martial artist, professional mixed martial artist. I'm the first French Canadian to compete in the UFC in 2003. I fought for the UFC World Title 2006. I won a few world titles during my career. Actually, three world titles. I fought all over the place. I'm a training partner of many other great champions, MMA fighters, and now I'm focusing on my school and my acting career.
There you go. So you pretty much started. Correct me if I'm wrong. You started UFC when UFC was not that popular, right?
Yeah. My first fight in the UFC was in 2003. So those were the dark years of the UFC. You know, I'm one of the guys that built the sport from the dark ages. You know what I'm saying? To make it what it is today.
And you started before GSP, right? You started before him.
Yes. About 2 years, a year, yeah, a year, 2 years before him. Yeah.
So does Dana White still send you checks for helping him with UFC from the dark ages?
Absolutely not. It's all good, man. You know that's how it is, man. It's like the old hockey players. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, you know, they paved the way, but you know they don't get much out of the hard work they put in. But you know their place in history is cemented, right? So it is what it is. Whatever happens, you know, there'll never be another first one from Montreal to fight in the UFC. I'm the first one. You know, I made history. So there's a lot of things that I've accomplished in my career that even if I didn't get the paycheck for it, my place in the history, my legacy is there. You know.
I should be proud.
So basically, wait. You're saying that back in those times, because you said that you won 3 world titles, right, with the UFC?
No, not with the UFC. In different leagues, smaller leagues.
Different.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't UFC world titles, but it's still, you know, I won titles in decent organizations, you know, and but I was the #1 contender in the UFC. I fought for the belt in 2006. I lost to Rich Franklin by decision. It was a very, very tough fight, you know, but he won the fight. He dominated, but you know, it was a great career, man. It was fun, man. There's so much learning. It was such a, you know, it's a journey, man. It's such a learning experience, man. Yeah, I learned so much from about myself, about people, about the fight game. You know, I have so much. That's why I opened the school, because I have so much experience. I gathered so much experience throughout the years that I want to share. You know.
Mm-hmm. And why the Crow? Why did they call you the Crow?
Oh, that came from high school. I was playing football in high school, and everybody on the team had a nickname. So I was looking for a nickname, and then some guys came up with this because my last name is Loiseau, and I'm black. I'm a black bird, the Crow. There you go. Simple.
Sure.
Stuck with me ever since. So whatever. All good.
Yeah, man. And so far, out of your 20-year career in fighting, let's say 20 plus years ish.
No, I stayed in the circuit, like I stayed active 14, 15 years, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your 15 years of fighting, let's say.
Yeah.
What can you say it was your biggest highlight?
I always say it's my first UFC win, man. That was my first UFC win. Was like, well, my first fight in the UFC, which was at the American Airlines Arena in Miami. It was June 2003, and I won by first round knockout. And that was, you know, special moment for me because, you know, obviously, you know, when you're the first one, you know, a lot of people are doubting you. A lot of people are saying that you're going to get beat. You know, you should stay much. Yeah, the underdog, but yeah, underdog, but also, you know, underdog, but there's hate, man. There's hate. You know, when you go for big things, when you accomplish big things, there's a lot of hate. So from the U.S. and from here in Quebec. So, but I just stood my ground and fought hard and won the fight by knockout, and it was fantastic.
And what were you doing to stay positive during those tough times? How are you doing to work under pressure? What are a couple of tips and tricks that you would share with us?
Tunnel vision. I mean, you cannot control. You only worry about things you have control over. You know, you can't control other people's opinions, other people's intentions, or how they talk about you, how they care about you. So tunnel vision. Just you can only focus on your effort and your preparation and your attitude, right? So you gotta stay positive and stay focused. Listen to your coaches. Keep your circle small and go hard. Go hard. They can't stop what's meant for you, man. And no matter what, how many haters you have, they can't stop it. You know how many haters Muhammad Ali had, man? It's insane, man. Like it's not. I didn't even come close to having that much haters, and he won the world title and beat everybody and became the biggest legend. So that's just one example. I mean, Nelson Mandela. People hated this guy. You know, like a lot of people hated him. Like, you know, a lot of people, of course, we know him as someone that's loved, but there was a lot of hatred towards him, and he overcame and did some great things. And I could go on and on and on about the people that did great things, you know. But yeah, it's no matter what, stay focused on your goal, man. Your goal is the only thing that matters. You know, I like this quote: obstacles are these frightful things we see when we take our eyes off our goal. I
I
love
love
that quote.
I like it.
And
Well, it's all about tunnel vision.
yeah,
Say that
absolutely.
again.
All about tunnel vision. I like it.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. That's one of my next projects. You know, like motivational stuff. You know, I like to motivate people, inspire people. So I'm coming out with something good to inspire people.
Mhm. And you mentioned earlier about mentor, listening to your coaches. So, how important is to have a mentor to be successful?
It is key, especially yeah. It is key to have a mentor. You know, it's you need to have someone to look up to, someone that an example. You know, you don't want to copy and be the same person as the person you look up to, but you gotta have a blueprint. You know, no one invented anything. We all had a blueprint. You know, and did our best to make it ours. You know, to do our thing. But having a mentor is key. You need to have someone positive in your life that's going to guide you and tell you what time it is, tell you the real things. You know, it's super important.
Hmm.
But a lot of times, like now, like of course you need to have a mentor, but you also need to be able to pick the right mentor because nowadays, you know, with the internet and the TV and all that stuff, there's a lot of people that claim to be
Oh,
pseudo mentors.
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Oh
So
my
it's like,
God, I see guys that they're good at talking, but they never accomplish anything. They've never done
yeah,
nothing, and they're good at talking. And I'm like, okay, there's a difference. You know, there's guys that have never fought but are amazing coaches and amazing mentors because they're on the field, they're on the grind, they're on, you know what I'm saying? And that is okay. But there's guys that have never accomplished anything like in life and business, but they're just good at talking and then they call themselves mentors and motivators, and I'm like, what have you done? What have you overcome? You know, like it's
Life
crazy.
coaches.
Yeah, life coaches. I'm like, dude, I see 20-year-old life coaches, man. I'm like, yo, what'd you do, man? Hey,
there,
it's insane. And people pay big bucks, you know. So that's why I'm like, hey, man, it's. I would push a lot of fighters, professional athletes that are retired to go into that stuff, life coaching and all that stuff, because man, it's like to to compete at a certain level, you have to be mentally strong. You cannot compete in the UFC or compete play in the NHL or the NFL or the pro soccer league. You cannot compete at that level and be mentally weak. It doesn't make sense. You can't last. You can't last. You won't have a 15-year career like myself as a pro if you're mentally weak. So there's a lot of stuff that I had to work on, I had to overcome to get to that mental level, you know.
And how were you working on that?
How was I? How was I, or how am I?
How were you, or how are you? Either or back then, let's say.
Yeah, putting in the work, the physical work. That's one. The diet, the discipline. You know, like it all starts with your habits, your morning routine.
Your
You know,
rituals.
so yeah, your rituals. You have to respect your word. And it's all small victories that you get
Yep.
every single day. Like, okay, today I'm gonna read 20 minutes, meditate, and then I'm gonna walk 30 minutes. Man, if I say that today, man, I will not sleep if I don't do it. I will go crazy because I'm so used to having these small little goals every day. But it's you have to respect that your word. But the more you do that, the more you have these little victories. Oh, I did my 30-minute walk. Oh, I meditated. Oh,
I love
I
it.
read my I did my reading. That builds you. That builds confidence. Your
Mhm.
Yeah,
confidence
it
will
does.
build from doing these little things. Okay, this week, no soda, no junk food. No, for the next month. You know, little by little.
Challenges.
Yes, but you have to start small. That's my thing. I mean, that's what works for me. I don't say, oh, okay, from now on, no more than forever. Then you snap. A week later, you snap.
Exactly.
Fuck that. Hey, is it okay if I swear?
It's okay.
Of course,
Yeah.
man. Be yourself, bro.
You're gonna say, fuck that. I'm gonna eat everything. Slowly, but surely. You know, you go step by step. You start small, baby steps, and then you get to where you want to go. It builds,
Yeah,
man. You build a wall, big brick by brick. You don't do it one
absolutely.
shot. You know.
Small single steps every
Yeah,
single day,
absolutely.
you
And you
know.
have your own rhythm, man. A lot of people online, oh, do this, go at your own rhythm. Go at your own rhythm.
Exactly. It's true. It's true because
One
at
of
the
my
end of the day, yeah,
favorite.
man.
Go ahead. Go
Because
ahead.
it's a lifestyle change. You cannot you want to do that for life. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I change, I want to do that for the next 60 years of my
Yep.
life. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to do that for the next 60 minutes. You know, it's something long term. I always think
Part of
long
your
term.
lifestyle. Part of your lifestyle.
Yes, yeah, exactly, man.
And one of my
It's true, man.
favorite. I think Nick was going to say something, but just to add,
No,
I
I was
think.
just gonna add to
Go ahead.
the whole thing about basically what he said about lifestyle. It's so true because having a morning routine, it gives you something to look forward to the next day. But obviously, the morning routine, you don't start it with a huge one, like wake up right away 4 a.m. and this and that. Small little steps that make you feel courageous and victorious every single day. And
It
then,
builds confidence. Yes, yes.
absolutely, man, 100%, and
We're on the
totally
same
agree with
page.
that.
We're on the same page. And I don't know if you ever heard of this analogy. It's one of my favorite. It's the popcorn effect. If you take up a bag of popcorn and you put it in the microwave, after 10 seconds, is anything going to happen? No. 20 seconds? No. 30 seconds? No. 54, 55 seconds, it starts popping. Most people quit before 50 seconds. Oh, it's not working. The results are in. But you got to fall
Yeah,
in love with the progress. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Process.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
totally
It's a
agree with
not. They say it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. Life is not a sprint. It's a marathon, man. You gotta take your time and be patient. Be patient, man.
Totally agree.
Well, it's very true what you're saying because actually we just lived it the last, I would say, almost 12 months.
Mhm.
Because we I don't know if you know, but we have our traditional business, which is the call center that we have, which we're into the POS systems. So anything to do with Visa, MasterCard, and all that good stuff for terminals. So we've had that business for almost 8 years now, and just almost I think it was in February we decided to learn about more about real estate investing in the US, in the USA, in the States. And Jimmy was talking about the popcorn effect. So you see, for the last, like, I would say 10 months, it's all been education, applying, learning, doing the thing, and nothing was really happening. Like honestly, it's like, and sometimes, shit, well, man, we don't have a deal yet. We don't have a deal yet. But now this month, it's like,
Boom.
what the hell, bro? It's like we're too overwhelmed. Like there's too much. You know what
Fantastic.
I mean? So
Fantastic.
it's
I
so
love
true.
stories like that. I love stories
Yeah,
like that.
man.
Good for you, man. That's
Yeah, it's
what's
the
up.
popcorn effect, bro. It's the popcorn effect. So it's so true. Anything you
It
commit to,
works.
1 year at least, man. Give it your best for at least 1 year, all out massive action, and take the results from there, man. So true. Popcorn effect.
One thing I'd like to add is to not be afraid to fail. You know,
Hmm.
failure
Mm,
failure is the mother of all success. You know what I'm saying? It's
I
like
like that.
you cannot you cannot expect to win everything,
I'm getting
especially
fired up here. I love it.
you cannot expect to win everything, man. You're gonna, man. I have a lot of students, and I want them to try. Like when it's time to do matches and stuff, I'm like, try stuff, fail now. So like that, when you go to competition, you won't fail. You know, it's gonna be
It's
hard.
true.
You're gonna feel a lot less, right? And man, there's so many things that I've done. Like I lost my first fight when I was a kid at 9 years old. It was I got embarrassed in front of my parents, and then because of that loss, I became obsessed with beating people up. You know, and then I just because at first when I first started karate, let's go back in the day when I first started karate. I I wanted to go to a martial arts school because I wanted to do movies. I saw ninja movies and then Van Damme and all that stuff, and I was
Mm,
like, yo, I want to be an action movie star. I didn't want to fight. I just want to do the splits like Van Damme. I never liked fighting.
blood
So I
sport.
go to karate school, and then we do the sparring stuff, and I'm beating everybody. So they send me to the they eventually convinced me to go compete. You know, the years Karate Kid and stuff like that. So I'm getting influence. I'm like, oh, okay, let me try. So I go and I freeze, and then the kid beats me, and then I became obsessed, and then I just started fighting, competing, taekwondo, kickboxing. You know, wins, losses. You know, I just love competing. I fell in love with competing. Then I turned pro in 2000. I lost my first fight again. I got embarrassed in front of my people, and then what happened? I just again just started building back up and then train harder, and then I had a tremendous career, man. Like a lot of ups and downs, but man, just I did a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff. I was the first guy to win by spinning back kick in the UFC.
Yeah.
Uh, First guy to stop an opponent with elbows, with cuts. You know, I had the like I had the best elbows in the sport at some point. You know, I did a lot of good things, and yeah, man, I'm just happy about all that. But to go back to failure, man, it's okay to fail, man. You got to be okay with it. If you're not okay with it, if you're not willing to fail, you're not willing to succeed. You know, it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that, man.
And the mindset, would you say, because obviously for the last 15, 20 years, you've been, training your mindset nonstop through fighting, right? So a person like yourself who's in that zone, in training with the MMA and all that good stuff, do you believe that you have an edge in entrepreneurship?
Um, yes, because just in martial arts in jujitsu, man, it's a complex martial art, and you will fail so many times before you get the move. So you just learn to fail in jiu-jitsu all the time. Like you learn, you're like, oh man, we go with someone that's more advanced than you, then you tap, you lose. Oh, you lose, you tap, you lose. That's the best metaphor for life. You know, it's jiu-jitsu is martial arts will give you an edge, you know, in business for sure. If you're a martial artist, yes, man, you got to work, put in the work, man, put in the work. You know what I'm saying? My school became successful. I put in 5 years, okay, 5 years, and then on the fifth year before the COVID, you know what I'm saying? like uh, school started doing well because I put in the work. I invested my time and money, and I just put in out of my pocket. I was there 6, 7 days a week, and then and started making money. That's what life is, man. It's you got to put in the work, and then it happens. I'm not saying it's going to be 5 years for every business venture. Some people, I have a friend who opened a restaurant a few years back, started making money, and he made his money back in 6 months. But you know what I'm saying? But he was there 8 days a week, not 7. You know what I'm saying? It takes hard work, man. You got to work. You got to work. You got to be willing to sweat equity. Sweat equity, man. You need to work. You need to work. It might come faster than usual than regular people, but if you don't have that mindset of, yo, I'm willing to work forever for this to happen. If you don't have that mindset, go somewhere else. Go be an employee.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what's your
I know I sound rough, but that's
No,
how I
it's
talk to
true.
myself.
You gotta
That's how I
say it
talk
the
to
way it is,
myself,
bro.
man. I'm like, yo, you want something fast? go be an employee. You'll have a paycheck next week. But I didn't get a paycheck in 5 years, man. You know, I get, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't pay myself. You know what I'm saying? It was all from you know what I'm saying, from savings and all that stuff. So yeah, man, it's got to work hard, got to be willing to make sacrifices.
Flex
You
a
got to
bit,
be
flex a
committed.
bit, flex a bit, flex your
Sweat
muscle.
equity. Listen to me, man.
Yeah,
This is not a game. This is not a game, man. This is not a game.
there you go.
There you go. What's the address of your gym?
4850 Rue Saint-Ambroise in Montreal, Quebec. It's in Saint Henri.
Okay, so
4850, and it's Unit 107. But listen,
okay,
right now I'm closed because of the government ordered us to close the gym, so we're closed.
so how do you train people? Virtual, one-on-ones?
I'm allowed to do private lessons, so I can do private lessons.
Okay, cool. Talk to us about Creed 3.
Yes.
Creed 3, man, that's a project I've had in my head for such a long time, man. It was like I wrote a script a while back, but man, I was trying to get it to the right people, but I couldn't. And I was like, man, you know, it's like I was hoping it wasn't getting stolen or anything like that. People would ghost me once I was reach out to them. I'm like, is it because it's bad or this and that? And then I had the idea to just start making short films, because I did a short film with a good friend of mine. His name is Patrick Barbeau, in 2014. Because I've been writing for a long time. You know, it's writing is one of the things I like to do. So in 2014 I wrote a short film called Kilos, Keelos. I'll send you a link after, and so we released that movie. We shot that movie, released that movie. You know, I mean, it didn't get too many views. It got maybe 2,000-3,000 views, and it was such a learning experience. Like I said before, you know, you got to learn to take the hits. You got to learn to fall and fail, and you know what I'm saying. So it didn't make much noise. It wasn't a success really, but such a learning experience. It was fantastic, and then, you know, after I saw Creed 1, not even Creed 2, it's Creed 1. Not when I saw it, when I heard when it was announced, I'm like, really? They're doing that? This is such a great idea. So I started writing. I'm like, and then once it was written, I was reaching out to people, and people just didn't get back to me and stuff like that. So I decided to do my own thing. And which is a fan made Creed 3, you know, like it's a fan made, so it's not Stallone. Stallone's not behind it. It's me and Patrick Barbeau who are behind this. So I wrote it. I wrote the first one. Well, I wrote both of them, but we released the first one a few months back, and now has 700,000 views. And
Oh
then
shit.
and then the second one we released it 3 weeks ago, and it has 750,000 views. It's making a lot of noise, and I'm super happy with the result. You know, I took acting classes. It wasn't just it didn't fall in my lap. You know, we invested money and time, and I took some classes, and I had to learn how to. You know, sometimes we shot and then we looked and I'm like, my God, this is terrible. We got to do it again. You know, like stuff like that. And then I had to work on little few things and then tweaks with my accent, this and that. There's a lot of details that people don't see. You know, they just see the end result. So there was a lot of stuff we worked on and a lot of tweaks. And man, came out with some good stuff. And now, to be honest, it's you know, at the end of the day, man, like I was talking to Patrick Barbeau the other day, all that hard work we put in and it's out there, they can't take it away from us, man. Nobody can take away our hard work. You know, we did two fan made films that have over 500,000 views, man. It's like it's fantastic. I think it's great, and we're getting great reviews. We're getting some hate too. Some people are very hateful. You know, I got some messages I had to, like, some comments I had to delete because it was really bad, man. Some stuff I'm like, yo, like racial stuff. I'm like, you serious, man? It's crazy. So yeah, man. But at the end of the day, I can't control, right? I can't control these comments and these haters. So we're focused on this, and you know, I did a lot of auditioning and all stuff like that for movies shot here. I couldn't get roles, I couldn't get work, so started doing my own thing. And man, I'm getting a lot of love, man. I'm getting a lot of support, and it's fun. It's a fun journey.
Good for
We're
you, man.
getting a lot of love from us too, man. We're gonna support you. You should be proud of yourself, like I mentioned earlier. And I think it's only the beginning, because the next 5, 10, 15 years, you have great stuff lined up for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Thank you, bro.
David, just a little question before we finalize, and maybe some advice at the same time. You know, obviously, COVID has been it's been very hard for a lot of people, right? And you know, like especially it's people that now have more mental illnesses are happening, more depressions, and all that good stuff. So, well, bad stuff actually. So, any advice you can give for people that are, you know, going through some challenges right now with COVID?
The number one thing is to avoid isolation. Like you, I'm not going against the government here, but I'm saying like even if you can't hang out with people, you got to talk to people. You can't just spend a whole day not talking to people. You know, you have to stay connected one way or another. You know, Zoom, phone. You know, they talk to people. They just stay connected to other human beings. Don't isolate yourself and just be in front of your phone texting, or you know, you got to communicate with people. Exercise. If you don't like to exercise, walk. You got to walk. Go for a walk, man. Go. Put your, like, I gave that trick to one of my friends and he loved it. I said, listen, man, put on your headphones and play your 3 or 4 favorite songs, and then play them back on the way back. So that's 20-minute walk, 30-minute walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, you walk for it and you listen to your favorite songs. It puts you in a good mood. It's good for your mental health, physical health. It's fantastic. So just little things like that, you know, for people that don't like to exercise or don't want to exercise or not fit enough, you know, start with walking, little walks, and then, you know, there's a lot of programs on YouTube if you want to exercise at home. I mean, there's a lot of them, a lot of stuff online, and yeah, man. So start with that. Stay connected, and don't be afraid to seek for help. You know, there's a lot of help out there. There's a lot of hotlines and stuff. Google. Just Google that stuff. There's a lot of help. There's a lot of help. You know, and it's not tough. It's tough for everybody, man. It's tough for me.
Yeah.
It's tough for you know what I'm saying. It's like, you know, we're all concerned about our family members, parents, uncles. You know, everybody. You know, the older generation, they're older, so we care for them. We worry for them. You know, so it's tough. It's an easy time. You know, it's no one has it easy. So
Yep.
it's important to you know, to stick together as much as we can. You know, as much as we can, stick together. You know, call these family members, check up on them, even if they post some happy stuff online. Check up on them, man. Sometimes just a little phone call, man. A little text. Sometimes it helps. You know what I'm
True.
saying?
Awesome,
It helps.
man.
I totally agree, man. I totally
Yeah,
agree.
man.
And
Yeah, man.
where do you see this? Let's talk about COVID a bit. Where do you see this heading in the next 3-4 months? Because we all know a lot of, let's talk about the gym industry. They're taking a big beating, right? Unfortunately, restaurants too. So where do you see this going?
To be honest, there's so many people trying to predict the future. Man, we don't know nothing,
We
man.
don't.
I
We
don't
don't.
know. I don't know nothing. There's no. We can all make assumptions and try
Yeah.
to predict the future. We don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see. Because that's one of the worst things you could do is like you tell people, yeah, guys, we'll be good by this month, and then nothing happens or it gets worse. You know. So
Yeah.
hey, man, it is what it is. Right now, you know, it's you have to adapt. You have to adapt. You know, it's not the strongest who survives; it's the one who adapts the
Mhm.
best. So
And
you have
how are
to.
you adapting? How are you adapting?
I go by the rules. I respect the rules. You know, it's I do what I told you I was doing. I exercise. I meditate. I do my stuff. I educate myself on a few things. I'm working on a few projects. You know, I at first, you know, these movies, I didn't want to release them. I just wanted to send them to the right people, to give them visuals. But then I was convinced to release them online. You know, the fear of there was some fear of being ridiculed, being laughed at. You know, who the hell does he think he is? He's a fighter, like he's not an actor. And you know, it's sometimes you got to be like, fuck
I
it. You
think
know, like it doesn't matter. Like no one's gonna tell me what to do with my life. You know, I call the shots. If I have a dream, it's my dream. It belongs to me. Your dream does not belong to anybody else. So you don't need anybody to approve. You don't need anybody's approval of your dream. So my dream is to act into. One of my dreams was to act into to do action movies and all that stuff. So that dream belongs to me. So I call the shots.
you just
And
gave me a
that's
flashback. You just gave me a flashback that we had, I think, season 2, we had Cyril Lindor. I don't know if you know Cyril Lindor.
yeah.
He was on our show and he
Yeah,
said,
I know of
one
this
of-
guy. I never met him, but I know this guy. He's
he
very
said,
inspirational, huh? Yeah,
very,
yeah.
and he said one of the main reasons why many people fail is because they care too much about what other people think of them.
Of
Like
course.
and I remember like yesterday when we launched the Nick and Jimmy show, the first video, we're like, what are people gonna think?
You have to take action. You cannot dream. Oh, like just my situation. Oh, I dream that I really hope that I become a pro fighter and fight in UFC, but I'm just gonna stay home and you know I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Well, you would have never heard of me in the cage in the UFC, right? I went out there, I put in the work, and I took action. Same thing with my
Like
school. I want to open a school. It was one of my dreams to open a school. I took action. I took action, and you know, some people. I hurt some people's feelings. Not everybody was happy for me when I opened my school. It is what it is, man. Same thing with the acting. Same thing with the acting. It's my life. It's my career. It's something very positive, and people should be motivated by that and inspired by that by what I'm doing because you should never fear reinventing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Who is anyone to tell you what to do and what and who to be, man? Like I'm allowed to reinvent myself and be an actor, a teacher. I'm you know what I'm saying? You could do it too. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys can do
True.
whatever you want. You know, sky's the limit. Like you decide. You call the shots. Nobody else. And like you said, you know, people like Thierry said, right? It's like people don't realize their dreams because they're afraid of other people's opinions. Man, other people's opinions don't pay my bills. So
There's a quote. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one.
yep, I know that quote, man. That's a funny shit. Yeah, man. So yeah,
Awesome.
man. Just do your thing. Do you stay focused? And right now is the time for it's a reset. 2020 is a reset button, man. You gotta take time for yourself and read and medicate and reevaluate yourself. Like you gotta take a look at your life from an outsider and be like, okay, what should I do? What can I do to improve? What can I do to improve? And be honest with yourself. And sometimes it's hard. I'm not perfect, man. Yeah, I'm not perfect, and there's a lot of stuff. I'm like, man, you gotta work on this, gotta work on that. You gotta be, a little more patient. We all have our faults, right? So it's I believe it's a working progress, and just right now, it's your time. It's your time to reset. Time to reset and reevaluate everything and then improve.
Of course. And what are you reading now? What's your favorite book?
Man, I got so many books, man. Right now, I'm rereading The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Mm.
I'm rereading it because, man, I wrote it a few months back, but I'm like, you know what, man? There's a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff.
A lot of content.
Yeah, a lot of content for sure, man, for sure.
Cool.
Awesome, man.
Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective
Yeah.
People. One book that I recommend to a lot of people is The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Just you guys should check it out, man. It's very good it's a self-help book. It's
4 agreements.
very, very good. The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz.
Really appreciate your time, man.
I wish you guys the best. Thanks for having me on
Thank
your
you.
show. And
Thank you, man.
let's keep in touch, man.
Of course.
Absolutely, bro.